Good morning. Welcome back to Brandon Farm. I'm Danielle. If you're new here, thanks for being here. This is what we call Grow Brandon Farm. Got a chicken going into the shop. They know better than to go in the shop. I feel like it's been a very eventful morning this morning. Brad and I were talking about what size greenhouse, hoop house, we can put on our property. And I think we landed on a 10 by 60. I'm going to put it on this side of the garden, in between like our garden and the neighbor's fence. I'm going to have to get that chicken out of the shop. Okay, and then I'm going to expand lengthwise my garden, and I'm going to add, I don't know what I'm going to add actually, but I'm going to add on to the garden. That's all I know. I don't know what that's going to look like as of now, but it's happening. So he is going to move the track, the racetrack, the motorcycle track, so that I can kind of keep my chickens a little bit separate from the motorcycle track and also have more garden space. Okay, I need to go get that chicken out. So this morning has been eventful. We had two random dogs show up, and 4 or 5 of my chickens were in the front yard, and one of them almost charged at them. So I freaked out, and I'm calling my chickens, and Brad's on the motorcycle chasing these dogs off. It was kind of a cluster, but everybody's accounted for. All the chickens are alive and well, except for Chachi, because her foot is still swollen and I can't catch her to even do anything about it. So this morning I'm gonna have my coffee. I'm gonna enjoy my slow garden morning, and then I plan on putting some California black-eyed peas out. I got this from our local nursery. These things are awesome. Awesome. They're coming up beautifully in the other garden, but look at them, they're blue. I didn't know that was the thing. Are they dyed blue? Is that how they come? Is there some kind of thing on them to preserve? But they're blue. It says 60 days to maturity. I just looked up our first frost date yesterday, and it's actually November 4th, which leaves me about 45 days. But if you look at a different website, it says that zone 8A, which is what we are, is not until December 1st. So I'm going to gamble. I'm not going to put all of them out. I'm just going to put a few out in this garden just because I think they're lovely. They're doing really well in my other garden, and they look beautiful. And I've got some empty space over here, so I decided to plant a few more things. Last night, I threw in some turnip seeds. I think it was the purple top turnip, or white and purple turnip. I don't know. And then some other kind of turnip. I'm not sure. I know that's so helpful. But they're not over here because they come in these plastic sack or paper sacks, and so I can't leave them out in the garden or else they'll just deteriorate when it rains. So I have to put them in the shop. So I don't actually have those on hand with me right now. But I know there were turnips, and I know there were 2 different types of turnips, and I put them in the garden last night. I don't expect anything to come of it because I've already put those out once and nothing happened. I ordered the stuff to make worm tea. It's supposed to be here on Monday, tomorrow. And that'll be good because then I can spray both gardens with the worm tea, and hopefully I have really high hopes for this stuff. I'm almost tempted to call it like the magic potion, right? Because it's my worm castings that we made, and I'm going to make essentially like a natural fertilizer out of it by adding it to a 5-gallon bucket. So it's like 5 pounds of worm castings, like in some sort of cheesecloth thing, I think. And then your molasses, which I think is like 2 tablespoons of molasses, and then an aerator, so like a little bubbler, like that you would use for like an aquarium. So you just do all that in a 5-gallon bucket for so many hours or whatever, and then you have the final product of a natural fertilizer that you can spray on all of your plants. And actually, Brad is going to do a test on a piece of his lawn as well to see what it does to his lawn. His little precious grass. So that should be a good time. I'm excited about that. Matter of fact, I probably need to see if it is that cheesecloth thing. I need to get some of that because I don't have any. So hopefully I can do this all on Monday. I still have quite a bit left of the castings. What else? I'm tired this morning. I need to fill up bird feeders, per usual. Birds are going through some bird seed. I kind of lightly dusted all of my problem areas this morning in that first Saturday Lime, as you saw earlier in this video. I just feel like I still have some like leftover aphids and whiteflies, and I'm not about to like go up and battle against these bugs again. So I'm dusting everything with the lime. It's supposed to be like a natural pest control, so we're gonna try to just do that, and then my thoughts are gonna shift to expanding the garden/chicken area. Again, I have no idea what that's going to look like. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but I want to add like another area for my chickens. So a covered area, because it's going to be under the trees, and so it'll be more shaded. So in the summer, it'd be more cool for them. And so I'll probably expand my chicken tunnels, and I'll probably give them some sort of like covered area. Maybe even a secondary coop. I don't know. We're just getting wild over here on Grow Brandon Farm. Wild. So, did you start a fall garden? I'm curious. Leave it in the comments below if you have started a fall garden and what you planted, because I'm curious. Still sitting out here in the garden, just perusing Instagram and Facebook and all the things, and it starts raining. It's raining. It feels great. But where did this rain come from? I had no idea it was even supposed to rain. We're in Boyd, Texas, and it is raining. Well, it's sprinkling. Well, I would call it rain. It's not as sporadic as sprinkly, but it's definitely raining. Okay, so I'm going to get some of these black-eyed peas in because what better time than when it's raining? This is crazy. There's like one little cloud and it's raining. So last night I planted some turnips over here and I planted some turnips right here. I am just going to put a few of these black-eyed peas in somewhere, maybe right here. Oh, just gonna make me a little trench. Throw some in. It's raining.
This crap falling from the sky.
It is raining. Like randomly.
Blue black-eyed peas?
That's what they are. They're black-eyed peas and they're blue. I don't know. Was it supposed to rain?
I don't know. I need to move my water some more. I just get a little squishy over there. Get some water on my little baby grass. How about calling your parents' neighbor and see if they still want to sell their truck?
Why?
See if it's any cheaper now.
Well, you know it's going to be $800 for a greenhouse.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get it before September, but that didn't happen.
I don't know how much work we got to do to get that set up correctly.
Why?
Because you need fans in it for in the summertime to exhaust.
Don't the sides? I
Or
guess,
what?
I guess they don't.
You need fans. Or at least all the greenhouses I've ever seen have fans.
Well, it's
in
not really a greenhouse, right?
it. I don't know.
Or is it?
It is. Anything that's clear like that on top is a greenhouse.
It's like a high, they call it a high tunnel.
Yeah, it's going to essentially be a greenhouse.
But you can put a shade cloth on it, which is what I'm going to end up doing.
Shade cloth, but it's still going to get hot.
Yeah,
Like the one dude said.
I
It's gonna
know.
get hot.
I know.
That's why you need a fan in it. It's going to be like stupid humid in there.
Yeah.
But you're not planting stuff in the ground in it, are you?
I don't think so. I was going to do like the raised, like table beds, whatever, the length of it.
It's going to be a shit stuff.
Materials.
Yeah. It's $800 for the tunnel. Another $2,000 in beds in it. You need to go rent a trencher.
But what I'm thinking about doing is doing like a bed along one side of it. And
In the
then-
ground bed? Or
No, like a raised bed.
Mhm.
And then table on the other side. So I can do all my starts. Because I found that, no, I think $800 for the greenhouse, like frame. You're going to pay that regardless of what you do.
Oh, I agree.
So why not get one that's meant for all of that? It's already pre-designed. All you do is put together. It includes nothing on the inside or securing it, I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just plastic over the top. That's, you gotta remember Texas weather. Get a hailstorm, it's gonna blow holes all in it and everything else.
Well, they make covers for that kind of stuff. They make those big black, like plastic or whatever. I forget.
I don't know, Tree Farm, we had those. They're essentially high tunnels. In the summer, we pull plastic off. Put plastic up in the winter.
Yeah, so what I was saying is I found more success with plant starts, even though it was a pain in the behind. Because I didn't like them inside, and I felt like the germination was kind of spotty. But those, the transplants, are doing better than the direct seeded stuff.
Oh, yeah. They got started in better soil. They got a better start.
It's frustrating.
Tells me that you need to work on your soil in the garden.
I need my worm tea and my worm compost. I need to add a bunch of compost to this garden over here. I'm out of honey.
Give me a honey coffee. I feel like you did make it as strong this morning. Yeah, that or I put an extra ice cube in it so I can drink it faster and it
Tastes good to me.
took some of the bitterness out.
Just wish I had more honey. I'm gonna have to go to the store today because I'm not going a whole week without honey. What are we doing today?
You're looking at it. Being lazy.
I'm gonna sit in the garden and read my book. She's like the most curious, and she would be so friendly if she just trusted. Milo, come here.
As long as the weather stays alright, then get a million degrees. I really need to go get stuff to hang up your motion lights and stuff on the shop. But we spent enough money yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Really got a redesigned track.
That doesn't cost money.
No, 5 gallons of diesel.
Yeah, it's just moving dirt. You could do that today. You should be doing that right now.
Thought about it. I'm trying to plan it out in my head first so I know what I'm going for. If you expand the garden over there, are you going to do away with it on the other side or are you going to keep that over there?
Am I gonna what?
Keep this garden?
Yeah, because all of this is now turning into is just amending the soil that's over there.
No, I get that, but
I'm not really using this for production. It was a test garden in the beginning,
yeah.
and I feel like now it's doing more for us than what we intended it to
Yeah.
by adding all that stuff back into the soil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to have that over there, but I don't think it's unless
It's
you
not hurting anything.
yeah, unless you need the space. I mean, we can take it out.
The only thing is if I get a trailer,
Well, that's
where am I
fine,
gonna park it?
because then all that could just move over here.
Okay, it's too bad.
The only thing I'm worried about is the stuff that's in front of the gate because there's no sun.
There is some.
There's not. And I'm also, I don't, like I know I said it yesterday about flip-flopping everything and putting the chickens up front. But then if a branch fell, then I have to deal with that. And right now, nothing can fall on that.
I don't want to move the big tree.
I don't want to either. I think that's going to be a pain in the behind. But it would make more sense to switch it and have them in the
I would
shade.
say if you're going to put one up there, you're just going to build a whole new hut and
Believe that?
adios that one.
What? Why would you do that?
I would take
Then you
off
might
the-
as well just move it.
I would take the run off and just keep the coop part like you were talking before in case you got to separate them.
Well, that's why I thought about doing something else over here, like maybe a small shed.
But if you do anything like that, then that's just going to take away garden space.
I know.
So I'm cool with doing a shed, but then we're gonna get rid of that, and you're gonna extend your garden all the way down to there.
Then I might as well just move all this over there. If we're gonna pull that out anyway, we might as well just move it over there.
I don't think we can pull that out in one piece.
It won't be in one piece. We'll have to take the runs off.
I don't think I can move that other piece.
The coop itself?
Yeah.
It's on runners.
Have you seen those runners?
We're just gonna dig it out of the ground.
I don't think the tractor's strong enough to pull it.
We'll dig it out and then pull it out.
It's
You
not
can
like
get it
it's
out.
a truck, but then it's gonna rip it in half.
No. It's on runners. I think it'd be just fine.
I still like the idea of the shed thing. Half coop, half shed,
Yeah.
like we initially talked about.
Yeah. Because then I can get all my stuff out of here and put it in there. In a perfect world,
If money was no option.
yeah. Oh, if money was no option, I'd be getting that big red barn at Lowe's that Lance calls the big chicken coop. That's what I would have. I'd be that guy on that YouTube channel with 60 chickens.
60 eggs.
Sell them at that point. I'd have that whole dang market stocked. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I want this to look like. Because in all honesty, I want to just experiment with different ways of growing. You know? Like raised bed versus in-ground.
Well, yours are all essentially in there.
Yeah, except for the one little raised bed that I had. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like research on what I want it to look like.
You're making chicken up on the table.
I know. They always get up there.
They're gonna just flop open in the garden.
I know. It's like my biggest fear. I
Go
like
to town.
I need to move it, but then I'm like, they're always on it. They like it. She especially. She's the one that lives up there. She hasn't gotten in the garden yet, so.
Freaking chickens.
What? I know there's a lot.
Yeah.
Like almost stresses me out when they're all out and like covering the whole yard. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like chicken mania. I don't know. But I love them. They're like my little babies. And I want to give them more space. Somehow.
I think they have plenty of space.
They need more.
Just checking on the thing.
Making a perimeter run.
Yeah. At least I know we can survive for a while. We'll just eat eggs every day, all day.
We got plenty of meat.
Yeah, for now.
Meat and eggs.
Unless the power went out.
And we have beans.
Unless we got 50 pounds of beans.
Well, and the beans that are in the garden too.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
If the apocalypse happened, I think we'd be okay for a little while.
yeah, for at least a month.
Minus the
Anyway,
water. We'd run out of water.
yeah. Look at all the chickens on the chair now.
Mm.
4 of them on there. Another thing I thought about doing and experimenting with is growing my own chicken grain. That way I don't have to freaking buy chicken feed.
That's your cover crop. Do your garden over here. Strictly grain.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could grow enough of it to sustain
No,
22
you
chickens. But if I'm like running low and I need
You
something,
can start stockpiling.
right. Like, yes. Like that sorghum. Should plant some sorghum and whatever else is in there. I don't know what else is in there, but if it'll grow like that.
Yeah, but look how long it's taken for that stuff to seed out.
Well, I didn't say it was going to be instant. But like you're saying, like stockpile it.
I don't know how you harvest that.
Pull it off.
Yeah, I think you just cut the top off and run it across the screen.
Yeah.
Get the seeds fall. It's essentially your cover crop. You do all the greens.
I need to figure out this whole cover crop thing.
Winter wheat, brassicas, turnips.
Well, I planted a whole bunch of turnips.
And they haven't come up.
And rutabaga. And they're like this big in this garden up here.
I think they don't get quite.
I think there's
That
not enough
tree.
nutrients in there.
But probably that too. Let me go get you some topsoil.
I don't need topsoil. I need my worms to double. So I can use that compost.
Instead of throwing stuff in that compost bin, you need to throw it in to the worms.
I don't throw anything in there except for plants.
The worms will eat it.
I told you, I'm redoing the whole composting system. I think I'm gonna end up doing the 3-bin system. So I don't think I wanna commit to the keyhole deal.